My first true love. Chapter 3. I had a long day. I showed Jack around the school while getting death glares from everyone, including from Marissa and Wendy. So, are you still coming with us to the mall, Jane? Wendy asked, not really meeting my eyes. Great. She was still mad. Are you guys still mad at me for what happened this morning? I asked. They both turned to look at me. No. We were just jealous because you got to hang out with him and we didn't, she said. You guys know that I don't like him, I said. Marissa looked understanding. She came up next to me and smiled. I know. Besides, I know who has your heart, she said, winking at me. I laughed and blushed. Who has your heart, Jane? Wendy asked, giving me a curious look. I, for one, didn't trust Wendy so much. She's a magnet for gossip, and if I tell her my secret, the whole school was going to know about it in seconds. Not that they care or anything, but gossip is gossip. Everyone loves it. No one, Wendy. It's nothing, I replied, elbowing Marissa. She flinched and looked at me with a disapproving look. Okay, let's go to the mall now, Marissa said, grabbing my hand and guiding me to her car. I felt a bit of envy when I saw her car, which reminded me on how I wish I had one. But since I'm still 16, my parents thought that I was still too young to drive. Yeah, let's go. When we arrived to the mall, Wendy immediately went to Victoria's Secret, one of her favorite stores. I groaned when I saw her picking brass and corsets for me. Wendy, you know, I'm not going to wear that. Yes, you will. Come on, Jane. You need to change your style, she said, tossing them to me. Besides, we're supposed to be having fun. I heard Marissa sigh. Next to me, I turned and she gave me an understanding look. You can go, Jane. We'll meet you in front of the movie theater in an hour, she said, giving me a smile. She knew that this wasn't really my thing. I sighed. Fine. Leave us. See you later, Wendy said. Sounding a bit hurt, I nodded and mouthed thanks to Marissa. She nodded and waved me goodbye. I felt happy as soon as I got out of the store. It just felt different. I know that I have to tell Wendy my greatest secret, but I don't know if I can. Walking around the mall, I saw my favorite clothing stores, but I knew the right place to go. Borders, one of my favorite bookstores. I always loved the store. It made me happy just by looking at the books. I spend a lot of my time here, reading and buying books. There was always one section that I couldn't stay away from since I was 12, and that was the paranormal section, the one section that reminded me in Alexander. I spent a lot of years learning about vampires. It has become my obsession. Learning about their history has been interesting and intriguing, but there was something in me that was telling me to move on. But I wasn't really. Not now anyway. I remember talking to my mom about it, and she told me to find someone else. Learn to love someone that wasn't going to break my heart. But who would that person be? I immediately went to the back of the store. That's where most of the vampire books were. I started looking at the books. Some were about the origins of the vampires, how to kill a vampire, how to protect yourself from a vampire. Are vampires real or just fiction? Some books were very helpful, but some just scared the crap out of me. I mean, Dracula was one of my favorite movies, but there were movies out there that were just plain scary. I decided to read Vampire Romance, or at least the first chapter. I was about to go to the coffee shop when I heard someone called me. Do you need any help finding a book? No, I turned around and saw Jack. Jack? Jane? Yeah. What are you doing here? I asked, a little confused as to why he was here. I'll work here, he said, looking down. Is he blushing? Oh, how cute. Wait. Did I just said that? Oh, that was all that came out of my mouth at that moment. Yeah, I only work here part-time, he said, a little uncomfortable. That's nice, I didn't know what else to say. We just met today and it feels somewhat awkward to be talking to him. Yeah, well, I need to go, I said, turning around and about to walk when he called my name. Jane. I turned around and saw him smiling. Do you need any help finding any book? He asked. No. It's okay. I got one already. You're a vampire fan, aren't you? There is always girls in this section getting the exact same book that you have there, he said, pointing at the book that I was holding. Yeah. I guess. I love vampires, especially one, and his name is Alexander. I thought. He laughed. Hey, I was wondering if you wanted to have lunch with me. I really don't know anyone here, and since today is first day working here, I thought you might to hang out, he said. His face was getting hot now. He looked really uncomfortable and cute at the same time. I don't know. I'm not here alone. You're not? He asked. No. I'm here with my friends Marissa and Wendy. Oh. Yeah, I saw them during lunch today. They didn't seem happy when you were showing me around, he said. Yeah. They were having a moment. So, are you sure you don't want to stay? My shift is almost done, he asked, giving me a pleading look. What should I do? I looked at him. He looked a bit shy, but I knew that once I get to know him better, he was going to turn into one of those cocky guys that won't leave you alone. Yeah, I'll stay with you. I'll just need to text Marissa that I won't be able to make it. He nodded, smiling and looking relief. Okay. I'll be right back. I just need to tell my boss that I'm leaving, he said, heading to an office that was right behind the coffee shop. I immediately took my cell phone out of my handbag to text Marissa. Hey, I won't be away to make it, I texted. What? Why? She replied. I just can't. I'll tell you everything later. Fine. Are we still having the sleepover at your house? Yeah. I'll see you around 8 p.m. now, IGTG. Talk to you later. K. Bye. I almost forgot about the sleepover. It was a tradition that Marissa and I have since we were in first grade. Now that we are in high school, it's difficult for us to have one since we are always busy. But since today is Friday and we don't have any homework, we decided to have it right now. Are you ready? Jack asked as soon as he got back. Yeah. Where exactly are we going? Oh. My family owns a restaurant near here. That's where we're going, he said, giving me a smile. Okay, I said, smiling. When we got to the restaurant, which was gorgeous, it was big and it looked very expensive. Wow. Do you like it? He asked once we were inside. Yeah. It's amazing. Jack. How are you? I heard someone asked. I turned around and saw a middle-aged woman dressed in a very formal cocktail dress standing in front of us, smiling. Oh. Hi, Mom. I'm great, this is Jane. A friend from school, he said. His mom smiled. Wonderful, hi. My name is Catherine. Pleased to meet you, she said, shaking my hand. It's nice to meet you too, Mom. We want a table. I told Jane that we could eat here. She nodded. Of course. I'll send you guys a waiter right away, she said, leaving us in the front lobby. I was looking around the restaurant admiring all the paintings when I heard Jack talk. Hi, Mary. Hi, Jack. She turned to me and smiled. She looked around my age, maybe a bit older, wearing a waiter uniform. I'll be your waiter for today. What would you like to drink, she said, while taking us to our table. I'll have a soda. Mary, she nodded and turned to face me. I'll have the same. Thank you, she smiled and left. There was something odd about this girl. She was staring at Jack with a weird expression. I'm guessing she is his girlfriend. I don't think your girlfriend likes me, I said. What? Your girlfriend, Mary? He laughed. Mary? My girlfriend? No. She's not my girlfriend. She's just a friend. I don't have a girlfriend. Do you have a boyfriend? He asked. I felt slightly embarrassed and hurt when he asked if I had a boyfriend. No, I don't have a boyfriend. Oh, good, he said, smiling. I looked up, about to ask him what he meant by good, but Mary came in and brought us our drinks. Are you guys ready to order, she asked. I'll have the ravioli pasta, Jack asked. I didn't really know what to order, everything looked good. I'll have the broccoli soup, I said. She nodded and left, taking our menus with her. So who do you like the school? I asked. It's okay. I feel violated with all the girls staring at me, he said, blushing. I laughed. Yeah, you're getting way too much attention. Yeah. So what's your favorite flower? He asked all of a sudden. Why do you want to know? I asked. He met my eyes and I felt calmed and happy at the same time. It was like if Jack was taking all those weird feelings that I've been having lately away. I don't know. I thought maybe we can get to know each other better, okay? I love tulips and roses. Now my turn, do you play any instrument? He looked thoughtful. Yeah, I play the guitar and the piano. Do you like to play any sports? He asked. Not really. I'm very clumsy, I answered, feeling my face heat up. He laughed and took my hand. I stiffed a little. His hand was on top of mine, and it felt secure and warm. I'm sorry, he said, taking it away. It's fine. Here is your ravioli pasta, Jack, and here is your broccoli soup, Mary said, placing my soup in front of me. Thanks, I said, and she left. Something was seriously wrong with this girl. Okay. Now let's eat, Jack said. We ate and talked about school, and more about our favorite things to do. It was around 5 p.m. when he asked me if I wanted to go to his special place in all Seattle. I said okay, and here we are in his car. So, tell me, where are we going? I asked for the 5th time. He was keeping this a secret, and I was getting a little bit uncomfortable. Nope. Please trust me. This is a very special place, he said. Fine, I looked outside and I saw a glimpse of the mountains. Okay. Here we are, he said, pulling up. I gasped when he opened the door. It was the lake where Alexander used to take me when we were little. I didn't come here anymore, since it brought so many memories. Jane, are you okay? Jack asked, sounding concerned. Yeah, he nodded and took me down to the lake. The same spot when I used to sit with Alexander. Great. I closed my eyes, not wanting to cry. But it was too late. Tears were forming in my eyes, and I couldn't stop crying. Jane, please talk to me. Did I do something wrong? He asked, sounding a little frantic. I couldn't talk. It was just too much to handle. He hugged me and I let him. Not caring anymore. All I need was someone to be there with me. I sobbed, not able to stop. His grip on me got tighter. I'm here, Jane. Please don't cry, he said, massaging my back. I closed my eyes and thought in Alexander and how much he had hurt me when he left. And how I didn't deserve to be like this. Maybe there was hope for me to move on after all. Jane, it's okay. I'm here with you. I'll always be here for you, he said. I looked up and saw him staring at me with loving eyes. It was like if I could see through his eyes and into his soul. The feeling that he gave me when we were at the restaurant, and the feel of his arms around my waist, protecting me, was all I needed to know to feel something towards him. He looked at me, giving me a small smile. I'll always be here, he said, leaning closer. I didn't know what to do. Everything was going so fast. The minute my mind responded, his lips were already on mine. Soft and gentle, he kissed me. I let my arms go around his neck, pulling him closer. I knew that I had to stop. I didn't want to hurt him at the end, but he made me feel different. Even though we just met today, but sometimes unexpected things happen. The only questions left are, should I give Jack a chance and move on with my life? Or do I look for Alexander, my childhood love, and confront him for what he did to me? What did I really feel for Alexander? I mean, he left me without saying anything. Love is just complicated. Now that Jack is around, I feel that my life has turned upside down. I don't really know what my feelings are anymore. Did I really like Jack, or I'm using him to fulfill the hole in my heart? Jack's lips felt soft against mine. The feeling that he gave me was magical. I feel protected when I'm near him. Sounds weird since I just met him, but it's like love at first sight. But in this case, it's not love what I feel. But I have no doubt in my mind that I'll fall for him on the long run. He pulled away slightly, trying not to ruin the moment. Jane, he whispered. Yes? Would you be my girlfriend? He asked. I was a little shocked, since I just met him. But then again, I kissed him and I just met him. To be honest, I didn't know what to say. Should I or not be his girlfriend? We stood there in completely silence. The only thing I could hear was our breathing and my heart pounding. What, Jane? He asked me to be his girlfriend. I looked at her and her face was burning red. And what did you say? I said yes? You what? Marissa Sefen. To be continued.
Please approve my work by subscribe my channel.